What's going on, everybody? Gleez here, and in this video we're going to talk about my experience on both consoles with the Calibur 6 online network beta test. So in this video we're going to focus mainly on the network, the connections, how the game felt, not necessarily about gameplay mechanics. We can make a video about that in the future, and if you're interested in my review as far as the gameplay mechanics go, you can leave a comment down below and let me know. So to go through my experience with the network beta test, we have to start with the PlayStation 4. I began playing games on PlayStation 4 and I found it incredibly challenging to find someone to link up with. The matches that I did find were pretty lackluster as far as connection goes. There were only a couple of them that were worthy of me putting into a video, and you can check out all the videos that I made for the Calibur 6 beta right here on the channel, and there still are more that are going to be released in the future. So as I was trying to connect on PlayStation, I noticed that it was taking a really long time to find matches. What I even did was I set my parameters to any on all categories, and it still was taking very, very long to find matches. I mean, I was getting 2-3 matches every hour. So in an unlikely turn of events, what I actually did was I switched over to the Xbox One, and I typically don't play fighting games on the Xbox One, but I figured it had to be better than what I was experiencing on PlayStation 4, and boy was it. The Xbox One online experience was tremendously better. I'm talking leaps and bounds better than PlayStation 4. I was finding matches like every minute. Every time I hopped on and I tried to link up with someone, boom, I was in there with a match, and you'll see that most of the videos that are on the channel and will be released on the channel are me playing on Xbox One, as the games were just plentiful on there. Most of the connections seemed pretty good. There were a couple bad eggs in there sprinkled in as we went through, but you know, sometimes people just have bad connections. I also noticed that the icon, when you go to link up with a match, sometimes it'll say that they have 4 bars, but they don't really have 4 bars because their connection's trash. Sometimes it'll say they have 3 bars, which are most people that I connected with had 3 bars, and the connection was pretty good. So I don't know if the indicator is exactly accurate, but what I do know is that most of the matches that I had online were rather decent. One thing that I did notice that took a little bit of getting used to was the fact that there's some type of delay with your inputs. I don't know if it's an online thing. I don't know if it's just built into the game. Like some fighting games have that built in. But there is a little bit of a lag experience as far as the inputs go. And the worse the connection gets, obviously the delay is worse. But I did notice even in good connections, there were some delays where I would push a button and it seemed like it was a little bit delayed. And sometimes in the clash mechanic, where you parry the attack and then the person hits you and you go into that canned animation. Sometimes when I would hit a button, it wouldn't register because I think it was coming out, you know, later than I was actually pushing it. Like the game is reading it later because of the delay. So I feel like that was a bit of an issue, but I don't think that that's necessarily an online issue. It might be a gameplay mechanic. It's just something we're going to have to wait and see when the game comes out, see if there's like a built-in latency system within the game. But I did feel a little bit of lag as far as input goes. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't something that I couldn't get used to. I did wind up getting used to it, and it felt pretty good. The gameplay on the Xbox One was leaps and bounds better than the PlayStation 4. And oddly enough, it makes me reconsider purchasing the game for PlayStation 4, because if the connections are this bad and you can't even find matches at this point so close to launch, it makes me wonder if they're going to be able to square that up before the game actually comes out. So what I'm actually considering doing is I already have a controller converter, so I'm used to playing fighting games on my DualShock PlayStation controller. I have a converter. I'm strongly considering getting the game for Xbox One and not PlayStation 4. I may even try it out for PC. You know, I guess we'll wait and see. We'll see how the reviews come out for the PlayStation 4, see if the connections are still really wonky like they were in the beta. Hopefully they fix it. I mean, if they fix it, you know, all will be good. I would like to play on PlayStation because a majority of my fighting game friends play on PlayStation, but I'm not dealing with that online experience. So if it's really bad on PlayStation 4, I'm going to get it on Xbox One. So that's just basically where I stand with it. The Xbox One was leaps and bounds better than the PlayStation 4 in my experience. Overall, as far as like how fun the game was, I thought the game was really fun. It was a different experience. I'm interested in learning the game in a bit more detail, you know, really elevating my game. Right now, I'm kind of just learning things on the fly, as most of you are. I'm not like a big Soul Calibur player, but the game is definitely interesting to me, and I look forward to playing it in the future and covering it on the channel. And you can also, like I said, check out all of the beta footage with commentary. Just click on the channel. I'll put a link down to the playlist as well in the description, as well as tag it in the comment section up at the top. So definitely check that out. The support is greatly appreciated. So what I want you to do is leave a comment down below and let me know your experience and what system you played on with the Soul Calibur 6 beta. I would love to know. So that's it. It's Gleez signing out. Thanks for checking in, and continue to game strong.